leadership were to be foresighted, by now, Nigeria will be the giant that will help these African countries to develop. But as we speak, Nigeria is not a giant. Nigeria is a sleeping country that cannot influence countries within its borders. If you went to study the Obasanjo Murtala Mohammed foreign policy, the way we were pulling our strengths in Angola, in Namibia, we don't have that kind of vibrant foreign policy anymore. But at the end of the day, we wasted money in those foreign policies because they didn't bring anything in return. We invested billions in South Africa. At some point, xenophobic attacks were orchestrated on the people of Nigeria and other African countries, saying, go home, go home. And the blacks in South Africa orchestrated it. It's against the spirit of Pan-Africanism. Now, let me explain that spirit of African brotherhood. I will explain it with what Kwame Nkrumah did with education in Ghana. So let's bring in Professor Ademola Araoye. He's going to talk about Nkrumah's education system because this prof was born in Ghana. He was born in Ghana. So he experienced what Kwame Nkrumah did with education in Ghana. Let's listen. Kwame Nkrumah was overthrown by the military in 1966. What then happened to that education system he created?
Well, the educational system Kwame Nkrumah created was solid in terms of the substantive contents of what you learned. Not only that, in the process of forging the African identity, the African personality, which was central to the vision of Kwame Nkrumah, you were also exposed to very iconic representations of his own ideas in teachers that taught you. You had people who were dedicated. You entered Ghanaian secondary schools, primary schools, and you knew the teachers were well trained. They knew what they were about. It was not a transactional, professional relationship. These were dedicated icons of the vision of Nkrumah's idea of the African personality.
So this vision was pursued using education?
Yes. Education became an instrument for the pursuit of the vision of Kwame Nkrumah.
Can we call this indoctrination?
Yes, well, yeah. In a sense, when you get so exposed to intense ideas, and then the environment in itself is configured to validate the ideas that you are being exposed to. You can call it a form of indoctrination. But slightly indoctrination devalues the intrinsic essence of what you are learning. The schools, the formal schools, were committed to formal education, substantive education. But you also had the other dimension of Kwame Nkrumah.